movie reviews to maintain an objective perspective.
We don't socialize with movie people. We don't move in those circles. And as critics, that's probably a good thing, that we are kind of here in the Midwest, isolated, looking at movies, giving our reviews.
There's a certain honesty in the town that requires an honesty of you, which is very important for someone in communications and in the arts. Get real. That comes out of the bricks here.
It seems they are often turning to the Windy City, where the backgrounds are fresh and the people more than willing to help make a movie something special. Tony Harris reports now on the developing Chicago film industry.
So you say you're a movie maker. You want that big city feel without the palm trees of Los Angeles or the hassle of New York. Well, chances are you'll be making your movie here, in Chicago.
He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way.
Hollywood has used Chicago as a mecca for gangster movies. Last year's hit, The Untouchables, was shot in the Windy City. But Hollywood is learning that Chicago isn't only for gangsters. Movies you'll see in theaters in 1988 with a Chicago backdrop are as varied as Poltergeist 3, Red Heat starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jim Belushi.
Nice grouping of your shots.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Rent-A-Cop starring Burt Reynolds and Liza Minnelli.
There's a reason why everybody comes here. It's got all the things that New York has without having to be beat up to get it, you know? I mean, you really can move around the city and you get those. You have to be a bad director not to get the good shots. I mean, they're wonderful, wonderful shots.
I think people who have never filmed in Chicago before are pleasantly surprised. I think they've heard stories in Los Angeles about what it's like to film here, what it looks like, but repeatedly we have people who come in and say, I never ever thought it would look like this. I never thought it would be as easy to shoot here. They're very pleased.
Even though the capital of movie making is many miles west in sunny Los Angeles, there are plenty of filmmakers who come from the cold Midwest. They want to make their films here closer to what they know as home. The most notable example, John Hughes, who has returned to Chicago to shoot many of his motion pictures, including Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
It's the middle of the country. It's the heart of the country. And, you know, I love the Midwest. I'm from the Midwest. I live in the Midwest. And I won't get tired of it. People that hit it big in this town remember this town with affection and want to come back.
I talk to a lot of directors who have come here and they all say the same thing. It's a new location with a fresh look. There's a lot of local acting talent. It's a cheaper place to shoot and it's a lower per diem cost.
So no matter how cold this city gets, it's still a place that Hollywood movie makers can warm up to. From the Windy City of Chicago, I'm Tony Harris for Entertainment.